tax base here in this area. If we're not giving them setbacks and they're coming to this area with development with their own money, then I do think that in the long term, because we have such a blighted area on the beach side, that we are probably, as a commission, gonna go back and forth, and we're probably gonna vote on some things that some of our constituents will not probably be pleased with the height limits. But as for me right now, I do support the height limit restrictions on the beach side.
Okay, thank you. Well, let me point to the next question. Okay. Do you think financial incentives from government to developers are good investments? Why or why not?
I think it depends on case by case. So if we provide tax incentives for a corporation to bring some type of project here, I think that if we have to be sure that these corporations are, again, providing us with good jobs where our folks can have decent wages and support their families with. So I'm not for simply giving millions of dollars in tax abatements to corporations that come and make millions and pay our people minimum wage. That's not good. We have enough of that already. I think we need folks who are going to come here, and if they get tax abatements or whatever the form it comes in, that they need to be making sure that they pay our people well and are really contributing to our community.
I will say that financial incentives to corporations to come here to Daytona right now is not important. I think what's most important is, yes, that we do have economic development here, but I think what we should do with our money right now is look at what we need to do for Daytona as a whole. We have a lot of infrastructure issues that need to be taken care of. So all of the developers that want to come here, if they want an incentive, a financial incentive, I say on the reverse side of that is, what are you bringing to the table? Because we have no money for you right now. We need to shut that door for a while and let those businesses come to us and tell us what they want to bring to Daytona. And then let Daytona do what we need to do for our infrastructure in our city. We have streets that need to be fixed. We have lighting that needs to be fixed. We have homes that need to be torn down and homes that need to be built so that people can get into home ownership and have a tax base, have some type of pay-in or buy-in to this city. We got to get more people. We have to get more people to get into the buy-in of home ownership so that we can develop a good tax base here in Daytona.
Hey, I think that we have been giving away money to special interest and developers for a very long time, and I don't think it's done much for us. It certainly hasn't improved our neighborhoods, and I think it's time to stop. And I'm talking about residential development, but when you talk about manufacturing, people coming here, I think that probably that's the way business is done in this country. And while I'm not an advocate of just giving people money to come here, I would have a whole list of items that would need to be done before they would get that. And one of them would be on-the-job training and hiring local people to do better paying jobs than just the tourism jobs that promotes the same kind of thing that's been going on here for the last 30 years. We need to do something different, and I think that money should be spent in the neighborhood on quality of life issues and on infrastructure and anything else that we need in the city first, so that we don't have to beg people to come to Daytona Beach. And I think we're past that point anyway. I don't think we need to give people that much money to come here anymore.
And you can have the next question.
Okay.
If you'd like.
Sure.
Okay, good for you. What is the city's role in the ghost economy? Should the city be regulating Uber, Lyft, Airbnb, or VVRO?
Okay, yes, I basically think the city needs to regulate it. We have done in the past, any of those businesses. I mean, it just makes unfair competition if there is not some regulation with Uber and the taxi cabs. They're made to follow certain rules. I think probably Uber should too. As far as Airbnb, I mean, that's a new kind of economy. I think that we have not controlled our rentals, our short-term rentals that go on here illegally anyway. So you're just going to be adding more to the rental problem. And I think that we really need to have a set of standards in place before we encourage that kind of thing in the city.
I agree. I think we should regulate it if these are businesses that sort of can come in and have an unfair advantage over folks who've already been in place, like taxi drivers, and who have to go through a certain process to even become a certified taxi driver, and someone at Uber can just come and be a taxi driver essentially and make money. And I think we should regulate that to level the playing field for everybody.
I will agree also that we do need to have some type of buy-in into those standards. It's very important because all of those businesses provide some type of, they will provide some type of tax base here into Volusia. And when you talk about tax base, you're talking about revenue coming to the city. So it's very important that we have those standards in place so that those businesses can be regulated. And also that we have a clear and concise message and branding on how those businesses will operate within the infrastructure of Daytona. Very important.
Okay, thank you. Given the long lead time of increased development and the revenue it brings, how can the city provide services and maintain infrastructure without raising taxes?
Well, you know, most of us will shy away from saying, don't raise our taxes. But I do understand, being a taxpayer, that we have some responsibility to pay towards the tax base here, which will bring revenue to the city. My issue, and my only issue will be, is that if I'm a taxpayer, are you going to use my tax money wisely to do the things that we need to have done here in Daytona with infrastructure and all of those very important things? Don't raise my taxes if you're not going to do the right thing. But if you have a clear plan of what you're going to do with my tax base, service is the price you pay for the space you occupy. I have to pay taxes for where I live. So I'm going to require that if I'm paying my taxes and you're getting my money, then you need to provide me with a service. That's one of the reasons why I get mad, really mad, when you go into neighborhoods and the trash man forget to pick up your trash. You paid for trash, so you need to get on the phone and call them if they have to bring a manual truck out to pick your trash.